If you're on Social Security or disability benefits, listen up. I have great news for you. Social Security and disability benefits are going up starting January 2026, 2025. And I'm going to bring you all the details of how much your benefits are going to go up. And I have more news for you. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that more people will get to see this video. So let's talk about Social Security benefits. Now, the cost of living adjustment came up recently. It was announced by the Social Security Administration, and a lot of seniors are not happy. A lot of people on disability benefits are not happy with the amount of the COLA. However, your Social Security and disability benefits are still going up. So we're going to talk about that. But let's first talk about this COLA increase. It was 2.5%. And a lot of people were not happy with that because obviously food prices, transportation, housing, all costs have gone up for a lot of people. And so not only have prices gone up, but they've stayed up. And so a 2.5% COLA increase is not something that is going to make a whole lot of difference for a lot of people because recently we've been used to much higher COLA because of inflation. In 2022, it was 5.9%. 2023, it was 8.7%. And then this year, 2024, COLA increase was 3.2%. And so a 2.5% increase was not really exciting. Now, I went in and looked at COLA for the last, since the government started tracking COLA, cost of living adjustment, 1975. And you can see there's been pockets of times when COLA has been high, but it's because of inflation. So in years where inflation has been high, COLA has been high also. But regular years where inflation has been pretty much at the rate that the government wants it to be, around the 2% range, COLA has been relatively small. And so the COVID cost of living adjustment that we saw, it's kind of out of the norm. But here's the thing, there's a bigger picture going on. The reason why Social Security and disability benefits haven't caught up to inflation is actually because of how cost of living adjustments are calculated for Social Security using the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which is the CPIW, and basically tracks the cost of living adjustments or cost of living increases for urban wage earners. Now, the problem is that these are not the guys that are necessarily the people on Social Security and disability benefits. So, what this index is missing is the costs that affect seniors and people on disability, especially medical costs, medical care, prescription drugs, etc. So, there's been a proposal that has been floating around in Congress to try to change the the index or how Social Security cost of living is calculated. And there are two bills that have been put forward: the 2023 Fair COLA for Seniors Act, and then the 2024 Social Security Expansion Act, which the House, I think, just passed. And people are hoping that the Senate will do the same. But included in these bills is a way to change how COLA is calculated from CPIW to CPIE. And the E stands for elderly, which means that they will realistically track spending patterns of Americans 62 years and older so they can accurately capture the cost of living movements in this age group so that they can reflect that in the COLA. Now, obviously, the Social Security Expansion Act is supposed to do more than just fix the COLA issue. Part of it is to help it, extend the life of the Social Security Trust Fund, and that's a whole other video. But today, I wanted to just highlight a few of the things that were in the Social Security Expansion Act. There's a $200 increase per month. That's part of that Social Security Expansion Act. And if the Senate passes it and it becomes law, that is a really, really exciting news. And then obviously the new cost of living adjustment formula, and most importantly, a plan to extend the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund to 2096. And this is This whole bill has huge popular support. And so hopefully the Senate will pick it up and pass it. If you like the video so far, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We want as many people to see this big changes that are coming up. So now that I've told you about the COLA, let's look at the 10 changes that are coming up for Social Security and disability benefits in 2025, including how much your benefits are going to go up. So the first thing I want to talk about is benefit increase. So if you're on Social Security benefits, here are the changes that are coming up starting in January, which is just a few weeks away. If you're on Social Security benefit retirement, your average benefit will go up by $49 from $1,927 to $1,976. If you are on Social Security and you're a couple, your average benefit goes from $3,014 to $3,089. If you're on Social Security disability insurance, your average benefits goes up from $1,542 to $1,580. If you're on supplemental security income SSI, your maximum benefit goes up by $24 from $943 to $967. And lastly, if you're a couple and you're on SSI, your maximum benefit goes up from $1,415 to $1,480. Now, here's the thing. These increases are tiny. And that is the whole frustration behind Social Security benefits, because inflation has gone up and stayed up. And for a lot of people, for Social Security retirement benefits, a $49 increase doesn't even fill your tank of gas. So a lot of people are frustrated that they wanted more in terms of Social Security increase. And so hopefully this Social Security Expansion Act, which is supposed to give an extra $200 per person per month, will pass the Senate and be signed by the president so that that will move forward. The other change that is coming next year is that if you are retiring in 2025 and at your full retirement age, the maximum benefit you can get is $4,018, which translates to $48,216. Next is how much in payroll taxes is taxable when it comes to Social Security and Medicare. Well, as you know, that is how Social Security is funded. And each year, that also changes based on COLA. So for 2025, it's $176,100. It means that if you make up to that limit, you are going to pay Social Security taxes. If you're on SSI or SSDI, you may know something called substantial gainful activity. When people apply for disability benefits, it's one of the criteria that the government uses to determine whether you are disabled or not. It depends on how much money you are making in a given month based on the work that you're able to do. And so for the non-blind is 1,550 this year. Next year is going to be 1,620. For the blind is 2,590, increasing to 2,700 next year. Now, if you're already on Social Security and disability, if you're already on disability benefits and you're in the trial work program, that earnings threshold is $1,160. Moving on to Medicare, there's a lot of changes happening in Medicare. The biggest one is that Medicare Part B premium are going to go to $185 a month, which is taken out of your paycheck directly or your Social Security check. Other Medicare changes include Medicare Part B deductible is projected to increase to $257. Medicare Part D out-of-pocket costs will be capped at $2,000 for covered drugs. And lastly, standard Medicare Part D deductible will increase to $590, but the Part D donut hole will disappear. Next, if you are currently receiving Social Security benefits and you're working before your full retirement age, you should know about the earnings test, the earnings limit. Basically, if you work up to a certain level, you may lose some of your Social Security benefit. That threshold is $1,950 next year. It means that if you're on Social Security benefits before your full retirement age and you're working, you cannot make more than $1,950. Otherwise, you will lose part of your benefits. For every $2 you go above the limit, you lose $1. But if next year is your full retirement age, you can work up to $5,180 and not lose any of your benefits. If you go above that, for every $3, you lose $1. And then if you reach your full retirement age, you can work as much as you want and not lose any benefit. As you may know, to qualify for Social Security, you need 40 credits, and each credit can be earned per quarter. It takes 10 years to earn the 40 credits if you're working every quarter and meeting the minimum quarterly amount. Next year, that amount is $1,810. So it means that in 2025, to earn one Social Security credit per quarter, you have to make $1,810 the entire quarter. And then let's talk about Social Security tax rate. That's going to stay the same. Social Security and Medicare taxes are going to stay at 7.65% for employees. Employers are matching the same rate, but if you're self-employed, you have to pay everything. Another change that is coming is that the full retirement age is going to go up. If you're born in 1959 and above, your full retirement age is going to be 66 years and 10 months. This has been going up over the last couple of years when Congress passed a law to increase the full retirement age from 66 to 67. Now there's even talk of pushing it even further up to 70 years old, which is crazy. And then lastly, the way Social Security is taxed is going to change next year. They're going to tax it just like pensions are taxed. And this is supposed to help middle income and low income Americans on Social Security benefits because it aligns the tax structure with the way pensions are taxed. So this is supposed to be a good thing, and it's going to benefit middle income and low income retirees to get more of their money back. Now, let's talk about the next thing I want to talk about, utility assistance for low-income households. A lot of seniors have reached out wanting to learn how they can save on their energy bill. We did the research, and here is details about the low-income assistance, energy assistance program. So if you're in need of financial assistance with your heating and cooling costs, this is a program you need to look into. The low-income energy assistance program helps up with heating and cooling costs, provides crisis assistance, and helps you reduce your energy bill overall. To be eligible, you have to make less than 150% of the federal poverty level, and it's open to homeowners and renters. If you're on TANF or SSI or SNAP, you automatically qualify for this program. You can apply online, by mail, or at your local welfare or social office. You'll be required to bring documentation, including your utility bill and proof of income, and they usually make a decision within 30 days. Speaking of the federal poverty level, I mentioned that to be eligible for this program, you have to make less than 150% of the federal poverty level. Well, here is the table for that. So for a single person in 2025, that's going to be $22,590. For a couple, is $30,660. And this program offers a one-time financial assistance for qualifying households, or they can pay regularly to your utility bill if you qualify, and they can help you if your energy has been shut off to get it reconnected. It helps 6.7 million households annually, preventing utility disconnection for vulnerable populations, including seniors, and supports seniors, families with children, and people with disabilities. And it is estimated that they pay about $372 on average towards your annual bill. And it's supposed to help reduce energy burden for low-income Americans. Colorado has seen a spike in heating bill assistance requests. So if you live in Colorado, here's some information for you to get assistance from the state. Your income has to be less than $40,584 to qualify for an individual, and $78,060 for a family of 4. And benefits range from $200 to $1,000, with the exact amount determined by factors like income, energy costs, and heating fuel type. Applications are being accepted all the way through April 30th, 2025, or contact the Colorado Department of Human Services for details. Georgia is also rolling out more assistance. Applications are open for the Low Income Energy Assistance Program to help save money on energy bills. So contact your local community action agency for help if you live in Georgia. So that is the low income energy assistance news that I have for you. I want to move on, but have you used any of these programs? Have you used the low income energy assistance program? Do you currently benefit from it? Did you know about it? And if you didn't, is this something that you will be applying for? Because remember, if you apply and you qualify, you're going to get the benefit. It's one of those things where, you just have to apply and see if you're eligible, especially if you're struggling to keep up this winter with your energy bill. And then the next thing I want to talk about is your Social Security payment schedule for December. The first round of Social Security benefits are about to go out, and the payments up to $4,873 is going out. That is for people who get the maximum benefit. So let's talk about it. The maximum benefit is $4,873, and it has reached that level in December 2024. Let's talk about who is going to get that. People who get the maximum have waited until age 70 to claim their benefits. If you retire early at 62, your benefits is lower. The maximum benefit you can get at age 62 in 2024 is $2,710 if that is your retirement year. And of course, based on when you retire, you can get more money. So if you retire at age 70, the maximum benefit you can get is $4,873. Now, factors that determine how much you're going to get is your retirement age and your earnings history. So when can you expect your Social Security check? Well, as you may know, if you were born between the 1st and the 10th, you can get it the second Wednesday of the month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, you can get it the third Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and the 31st, your Social Security and SSDI checks are paid on the fourth Wednesday of the month. If you're on SSI, you should have received your benefit by the 1st. And there's a whole category of people who get their benefits on the 3rd. If you live outside the US, if you receive SSI and Social Security, if your state pays for your Medicare premium, and if you file for Social Security before 1997, your payments are made on the 3rd. So when are you going to get your Social Security benefits? December 11th, next week, if you were born between the 1st and the 10th, December 18th, if you're born between the 11th and the 20th, and December 24th, if you were born between the 21st and the 31st of the month. Usually the last check is supposed to come this year on the 25th, but because it's Christmas Day, it's going to come a day early. Now, SSI beneficiaries are going to get a second check in December on Tuesday, December the 31st. You should have received your first check Friday, November the 29th. Your January check is coming in early because January 1st is a holiday. Now, if you are living outside the US, you receive SSI and Social Security, your state pays for your Medicare premium, and you file for Social Security before 1997, you already got your benefits on December the 3rd. If you didn't get your benefits, here is what you need to do. You need to call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213. Wait 3 business days before you do that, because that is the recommendation from the Social Security Administration if you did not receive your benefits. And it may be due to a cancellation of your benefits or an overpayment issue. You can log into your Social Security account online and see what is happening with that. So that is all I want to bring you today. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you next week. I'm going to do these live videos on a weekly basis on Saturdays. So until next week, when I bring you the latest Social Security news and low income saving tips, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.